founded in 1873. We are a community bank based out of Western Massachusetts. And fast forwarding to today, we have 12 branch locations scattered throughout what we call the Pioneer Valley. But my day-to-day life at the organization, what I oversee is a lot on the information technology side, as well as project management, deposit operations, and then a little bit of business intelligence. So all aspects of IT, from break fix all the way to the strategic planning phase of our investments in infrastructure, and just making sure that we are providing excellent customer service through those back office operation channels. My team is comprised of 6 individuals, and so those are anywhere from help desk support to support of our virtual environment and the IGEL stack there as well, to vulnerability management, where they may liaise between the information and cybersecurity department of the bank. So that's primarily their focus, is making sure that all systems are up and running, and then planning for times of change, infrastructure and migration, because that world does change very, very quickly. What led us to IGEL was actually the crossover of 2 major infrastructure projects for the bank. We were on an aging infrastructure stack, traditional on-premise environment, and then we also were faced with the end-of-life announcements of Windows 7. So not only did we have to make a hardware move, but we were also investing in new software technology. Through our core services provider relationship with CUCC, IGEL had come highly recommended, not only because of their stellar hardware, but also their software, which helped us extend the lifespan of several endpoints here at the bank. Through various discussions with CUCC and then hearing about others that played in that space, we decided to make the investment, which paid huge dividends for us. When we talk about the total cost of ownership, that was a big highlight of our deployment of IGEL. All of the aging hardware that we had across the enterprise had a certain end-of-life date that we were trying to stay ahead of by deploying the IGEL, which extended the lifespan of this equipment. Typically, we have a refresh cycle of 3 to 4 years. For those traditional on-premise towers. We're looking to celebrate the 8-year birthday of some of these thin clients, really saving the bank a lot of money on hardware spend. We had some original estimates of up to $100,000 if you stretch this out. And again, just really pushing the boundaries in terms of how long an asset can reach the end of its usable life before we have to move on to something else. IGEL partners with a lot of different manufacturers, and so we can select an endpoint and then be certain that the IGEL OS will run on it for many, many years to come. So that has been probably the biggest highlight of having the total cost of ownership. What led us to IGEL specifically was just industry review and also listening to our trusted advisors and our core services provider. The IGEL name had stood head and shoulders above everybody else, and especially for simplified management. IT can spend less time chasing around residual issues and then focusing more on the high-value business initiatives here at Florence Bank. So when you don't really have to think about it and it just runs, you're well taken care of. We do need to reach out for support. We learned that support tier 1, 2 was stellar, very responsive, and they were able to help troubleshoot with us to find us the solution that we needed. We were happy that we took the leap of faith. Their name has proven to be invaluable for here at Florence Bank. How we use IGEL today within our infrastructure is twofold. We have IGEL thin clients deployed throughout our back office operations center here at our headquarters, and also throughout our 12 branch locations. And then additionally, what has been invaluable for us here at Florence Bank is the deployment of IGEL for our work from home workforce. We have up to about 100 individuals that are working remote schedules at any time during the week. And by deploying the same thin client form factor that we use here in the office that's been proven and trusted, our management is the same as if they're in the office. Regardless of their location, if they're working out of their house, we can support them just like they would if they were here in our office space. How IGEL has impacted the day-to-day IT operations staff and improved their lives is there's less worry and less time spent about security threats or even upgrading and managing the stack on a day-to-day basis. One of the nice things that I love about the IGEL ecosystem is the thin attack surface built into the operating system. But what that means for us is we're not deploying a bunch of extra applications, packages, or services that may become vulnerable and need remediation for whatever means. By just putting out there what they need to connect to their cloud, maybe do a little bit of Zoom or video conferencing, that greatly reduces the threat to our thin clients themselves. And then also that keeps our IT and our security staff very happy on a day-to-day basis. For the end users, they spend less time waiting for things to load and more time focusing on the core business because we've managed to keep that thing so lean and mean. It's absolutely increased and improved the productivity for the IT teams as well as the end users. Time saved all around is just leading to efficiencies throughout the organization. Measuring the ROI or efficiency of our move to IGEL could probably be proven in a couple of different studies. We were able to save about 6 figures on our traditional hardware spend over a period of time by deploying thin clients instead of reusing traditional hardware on a much shorter lifespan. And then also the time saving that's invaluable on the IT staff, security, project planning as well, because of this elongated lifespan of these thin clients. These events that were normally very impactful and disruptive to the bank, a lot of people have much more time back in their daily lives and of course on a yearly basis as we plan projects, just because this thing runs solid like a top. And if we do need to make any substantial changes, we have a documented way of succeeding based on our prior performance. My favorite part of working with IGEL has to be the folks that stand behind the product and the user community that you have built out. I never feel like we are alone by ourselves whenever we are troubleshooting an issue or we're seeking guidance on where we should be next. There is just a well-seasoned crew at every step of the way, and I just feel like we have a trusted partner with IGEL. So every time we get to pick up the phone, again, whether it's for support or for advisement, we feel like we have somebody in our corner, and that's really important to me and the others here at the bank. I would absolutely recommend IGEL to other organizations, especially those smaller based community banks in our industry, just because they've made it so seamless and so easy to deploy and then manage.